his
I had to go
boss's
through
office.
all that stuff again. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was
Oh
once
my God, I
again
don't remember what it
stunned to
was.
discover
4-5.
not an indication of any human life. What could it mean?
No, I don't
Stanley
remember.
wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
Wait, something.
But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk.
There's a door here.
What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing
so that door
random buttons
opens.
on the keypad, Stanley happened to
What is this
input the
door?
correct
Oh, it's
code
not on
by
anymore.
sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Go, go, go. Is there anything else here? No. Nope, it's nothing. Okay, let's go down. It's a lot of loading screens.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Okay,
Mind
so
Control
I'm
Facility.
gonna go in and try to turn it on. Ooh, maybe I'll press
The
these
lights
buttons.
rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yo, where did this come from? God damn. Okay. Anything else? No. Camera's on.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each
This is a
bore
nice
the number
setup.
of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Alright, it's freedom. Okay. Oh, this elevator takes forever.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
There
Had
it is.
Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
Let's go.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was
Never.
unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah, probably.
But here was the proof. The heart of the
Press
operation.
into this?
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy,
Alright,
or
there's a lot of
sad, or content.
here. Yeah, press
Walking,
them.
eating, working. All of it monitored
There's
and
one.
commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery
coming
would
on.
never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for
What are these
all.
lights? 1, 2. I think up there was 4. That's 5. That's 4. 3. Man, he's got a lot of swishing around his pant legs. Okay, 4. 5. Swear to God. Can't just put buttons around. 5. Did anything happen? 0521? Does that mean anything? What are these numbers? 142. Oh, forget this. Turning it on.
And when at last he found the source, Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley.
Oh, I was just
applaud your
curious.
effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Oh,
In the
shit.
event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification,
Okay.
nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating
What?
the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
what do I do? What'd I
It's
do?
your time to shine.
Oh.
You are the star. It's your story now. Shape
Yo.
it to your heart's desires.
Yo, what'd I
Oh,
do?
this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until
my
the
God.
bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me,
3?
where
What?
we're going.
What?
All this means, I barely know where to start.
Oh, there's a door there. All right, where's
that?
3?
You'd like to know where your co-workers are.
3.
A moment of
Where's it?
solace before you're obliterated.
3.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna
3.
die anyway. I'll tell you
I pressed
exactly
it.
what happened to them. I erased them. I turned
I
off the machine. I
swear
set you
to God.
free. Of course,
Incorrect.
that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Yo, I'm out.
Other times, I let the office sink into the
there.
ground, swallowing
What do these
everyone
buttons do?
inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of
swear to
everything
God.
and take back the control wrested away from you. It's
Voltage
quite
control,
rich.
press any key to
Almost
send power
hate to
surge.
see it go.
Damn
I'm
it.
sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better.
Yo.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
outta here.
You
I'm
know
outta here.
what? To hell with it. I'm going to put
Oh,
some
the door
extra
closed.
time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Wait, did the door close?
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley?
Yeah, it
Is it
did.
that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it on?
God.
I mean,
Yes,
look at you,
I was.
running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button.
What?
Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
Oh my God,
That this
please.
video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your
Okay, that
purpose
says
in this
yellow.
place is?
Everything says yellow. Oh, run.
You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a
Swear to God.
spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to
What?
keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
Oh my God,
This
I
is not a
swear.
challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm
does this
going to
do?
destroy it first, so you can't.
Do anything?
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Do I
ending.
press off?
Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to
anything.
your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or
I'm outta here.
It's all the same to me. All a
I
part
should have gone
of
through
the
that
other.
door.
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
What? Ah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Do I go through that
Stanley
door?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, there was a door there, though. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. One more time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Okay,
Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's like 2 something. Is there anything else here? No, there's a door here. Wait, we want to do this? Does it do anything? What does this do? Ooh. Okay, wait. I want to try that hallway.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever.
5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Windows.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What are these wires doing out here? Loading.
Newly opened passageway.
What are these wires doing out here? Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
so
Facility.
There's an escape here. We're gonna do that and then go through that hallway.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
I think I was in
Did he have the
427
strength to find out.
Where's my office? Oh, gotta go.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this
Go through that hallway, and
freedom
then
meant nothing.
see what happens.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
427. Oh, that's me.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Is that me? I think that's me. Let's go.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Nice.
Control?
Door we can open?
Stanley.
Open.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you
Open.
need to understand, there's only so much that machine
The
can
thing's
do.
got the bomb's
You
gonna
were
go off.
supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you
There's
think you
like
do,
a
for
door up
example,
there.
and I believe you'll find this pertinent. Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say
2 minutes.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
Door?
You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it
Door?
to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until
I
the
swear
bomb
that door
goes
was
off.
open before.
But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me.
This door
where
is
we're
connected
going,
to this.
what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that?
No, nothing.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
I swear to God.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
Okay. We're gonna go through that back door. Then we're gonna take a break.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I swear that
Stanley
hallway was
decided to
open
go to
first
the
time.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single
room.
person here either. Feeling a wave of
2, 8.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
5.
boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Bathroom. Yes. Got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say that's a lovely purse? That's a dirty mirror. Okay. Extreme bathrooms. Okay. Well, that was a big waste of time. Alright, let's try these doors. Elevator. Ooh, down? Down or up? Let's go up. How do I go up? Ah, this is wonderful music. Did you say my name? Yo. Yo. I swear to God. Alright, it's not going anywhere. Forget it. Yo, that is some creepy stuff. Alright.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned
2,
to discover
8,
not an indication of
4,
any human
5?
life. Stanley was in such
Yes.
a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
The
That kind of
narrator.
anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some
God damn
calming
it.
new age music.
Oh, okay. Yo, just open the door though.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay. Let's take that hallway. I mean, at least the boss knows that there's this huge machine, right? But there's a camera in his room too. Maybe he doesn't know?